So with that, we bring in Matt Whitaker, former acting U.S. Attorney General under President Trump. Matt, great to have you with us tonight. So we heard Gavin Newsom and Hillary Clinton basically accusing these governors, DeSantis and Abbott, of kidnapping and human trafficking. And before I let you answer what you think about it, this is Karine Jean-Pierre on that. Listen to this.
These vulnerable migrants were reportedly misled about where they were headed, told they would be headed to Boston, misled about what they would be provided when they arrived, promised shelter, refuge, benefits, and more. These are the kinds of tactics we see from smugglers in places like Mexico and Guatemala. And for what? A photo op?
Wow. All right, Matt, what do you make of all this? Where is this going?
Well, obviously it's a political hot potato, but at the same time, it has huge consequences. And I notice both the president and his spokesperson are talking in moral terms. And, you know, what's immoral is, to Governor DeSantis' point, is immigrants dying in the back of tractor trailers and dying as they try to make it through the desert and the mountains and drowning in the Rio Grande River. I mean, this is a humanitarian crisis, but it's not because of the governors trying to share the burden of this policy that Joe Biden single-handedly enacted. No, this is far bigger than that. And those governors in blue states should bear the burden for these failed policies of Joe Biden. You know, in the Trump administration, I worked very hard, along with many others, to secure the southern border, to actually secure, and not just say it was secured. I mean, we had it working. We had bogus asylum claims down significantly. The immigration courts were working. They're supervised by the Department of Justice. And I think, you know, this system now is so broken that Joe Biden should look for a different approach than the one he's doing right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's the hypocrisy is so blatant that it's hard to wrap your head around. And you just nailed it, Matt. If you want to look at inhumane, evil behavior, look in the back of that truck where those people all died, 50 plus people in the sweltering heat in that truck. These people came here illegally. They have been transported all over the country for a long time. This has been going on for the last couple of years. It's just that now they don't like the fact that they're going to Martha's Vineyard, which was plastered with posters that says hate has no home here. And, you know, we want to take great care of immigrants. I mean, what is going on here?
Well, and right now in El Paso, the system is so overwhelmed that CBP is having to just release people onto the streets, and there's no beds. The social service infrastructure that is trying to support this huge influx of illegal immigrants is at complete capacity. And I don't know how we can't have places like Martha's Vineyard and Chicago and Washington, D.C. and New York City, and quite frankly, other places bear the same burden. But it is very unique to me, Martha, and nobody's talking about this very much, that you know who's not bearing this burden uniquely? And that's California. And you know why? Is California has a wall across its entire southern border. And, you know, the cartels understand that if they want to bring these people through, you bring them through Texas, because that, unfortunately, is where the least resistance at the border is.
Yeah. So true. I mean, it's a great point. You know, when you look at the politics of this, you have to ask the question about this litigation issue. Is this serious? Are they serious about this?
So I was, in preparation for this, I looked at all of the statutes and the crimes that they're alleging, whether it's kidnapping, whether it's human trafficking, whether it's smuggling, and none of these statutes fit this circumstance. You know, the first thing is that the governors and the people acting in their official capacity will have immunity, and you know this is a red herring. The left is starting to feel the pain. And the political pain, more importantly, for their failed policies on our southern border, and hanging a lantern on it, like Greg Abbott and Ron DeSantis and others are doing, is uncomfortable for the White House, because they know that this is an issue the American people care very much about. And it doesn't matter whether you're white, black, Hispanic, or Asian. This is an issue. You want a secure southern border, because a secure southern border means that, you know, we have an immigration system that serves the American interest. And right now, this chaos we're seeing is something that I think people in November are going to vote on.
Yeah, and I'm just curious who's going to get sued for the planes that landed in upstate New York. 6-8 months ago, we watched them all landing there. So if that was inhumane and evil to send people there, why is that any different than this? And the congressman in that area was begging for answers. Why didn't anyone tell us this is coming? But for some reason, when it's Martha's Vineyard, it's a whole different story. It's really incredible. Matt, thank you. Great to see you tonight.
Shameful.
Thanks for joining me.
Good to see you. Thank you, Martha.